My friends, my brothers and sisters, today I want to speak about something we use every day, but often underestimate. Words. Simple words. Words spoken at the kitchen table. Words spoken in the car. Words spoken at work. Words spoken in anger. Words spoken in love. Words typed in a message. Words posted online. Words whispered in prayer. Words spoken to a child. Words spoken to ourselves when nobody else can hear. Words are not small things. Words can open a heart. Words can close a door. Words can heal a wound. Words can deepen a wound. Words can give someone courage. Words can make someone feel invisible. Words can become shelter. Words can become fire. And because words carry power, they must also carry responsibility. The flame teaches us that love is not only something we feel. Love is something we practice. And one of the places where love must be practiced is in our speech. The way we speak matters. The tone matters. The timing matters. The honesty matters. The mercy matters. Because every day our words are either adding weight to someone's spirit or helping them breathe again. And many people are already carrying heavy things. People are carrying grief we do not see, pressure we do not understand, fear they do not speak about, disappointment they have learned to hide, questions they are afraid to ask, pain they have carried for years. So when we speak, we are not speaking into empty air. We are speaking into human lives. That is sacred ground. And maybe that is why we must become more careful, not fearful, but careful, not silent, but wise, not fake, but loving. Because truth without love can become a weapon, and love without truth can become avoidance. But when truth and love work together, words become light. They become medicine. They become direction. They become a bridge. They become a hand reaching through the darkness to say, you are not alone. Now, let us be honest. It is easy to speak carelessly. It is easy to say what we feel in the heat of the moment. It is easy to answer anger with anger. It is easy to cut someone down and call it honesty. It is easy to use humor to hide cruelty. It is easy to use silence as punishment. It is easy to speak about people instead of speaking to them. It is easy to say, "That is just how I am," when the truth is that our words have become undisciplined. But the flame calls us higher. The flame asks us to listen to our own language. How do we speak when we are frustrated? How do we speak when we are tired? How do we speak to people who cannot give us anything? How do we speak to children who are still becoming? How do we speak to elders who deserve honor? How do we speak to those who disagree with us? How do we speak to the people closest to us, the ones who often receive the least patience from us? How do we speak to ourselves? Because some of the most damaging words we hear are the ones we repeat inside our own minds. Words like, "I'm not enough," "I'm too late," "I always fail," "Nobody cares," "Nothing will change," "I would be further by now," "I'm not worthy of love," "I'm not strong enough to begin again." My friends, those words may be silent, but they are still shaping the soul. If you speak defeat over yourself every day, do not be surprised when your spirit grows tired. If you keep calling yourself what pain called you, healing becomes harder. If you keep repeating what fear taught you, courage has to fight through the nose. So part of carrying the flame is learning to speak to yourself with mercy. Not with lies, not with empty pride, but with truth touched by grace. Instead of saying, "I am finished," say, "I'm still becoming." Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I am learning." Instead of saying, "I am broken," say, "I am healing." Instead of saying, "I am behind," say, "I am moving at the pace grace gives me." Instead of saying, "There is nothing left," say, "The flame is still burning." The words we speak inwardly become the atmosphere we live in. So we must be careful what kind of home our words are building inside us. And we must be careful what kind of home our words are building around others. There are children who will carry our words for years. There are spouses who will remember not only what we said, but how we made them feel. There are friends who are one sentence away from hope. There are strangers who may be strengthened by one unexpected kindness. There are people who look strong, but one cruel word may strike a place already wounded. There are people who look ordinary, But one word of encouragement may awaken something sacred in them. Do not underestimate a word spoken at the right time. You matter. I believe in you. I am proud of you. I see how hard you are trying. I am sorry. Thank you. You are not alone. Try again. I forgive you. Rest. You do not have to carry everything today. These are not complicated words, but they can become holy when spoken with sincerity. Sometimes a person does not need a sermon. Sometimes they need one sentence that reminds them they are still human. Sometimes they need one blessing strong enough to interrupt the voice of shame. Sometimes they need one moment where someone speaks to the worth instead of their wound. That is the power of words that carry light. But there is another part of this. Words that carry light are not always soft. Sometimes light exposes. Sometimes love must speak clearly. Sometimes truth must stand up. Sometimes we must say, this is not right. Sometimes we must say, this cannot continue. Sometimes we must say, I love you, but I will not allow this. Sometimes we must say, peace cannot be built on silence while harm continues. Words that carry light do not avoid truth. They carry truth without hatred. That is the balance. A clean heart and a clear voice. A gentle spirit and a strong backbone. Mercy and courage. Compassion and conviction. Because there are moments when silence protects the wrong thing. There are moments when staying quiet does not create peace, it protects fear. There are moments when love requires us to speak. But even then, the flame asks us to check the spirit behind our words. Am I speaking to heal, or am I speaking to humiliate? Am I speaking to correct, or am I speaking to crush? Am I speaking truth, or am I simply releasing anger? Am I trying to build a bridge, or am I trying to win a battle? Am I protecting dignity, or am I trying to prove that I am right? These questions matter because two people can say the same sentence but carry different spirits. One speaks from love, another speaks from pride. One speaks to restore, another speaks to shame. One speaks with courage, another speaks with cruelty. The words may sound similar, but the flame behind them is different. And our work is to make sure the flame behind our words is clean, not perfect, clean. honest enough to be truthful, humble enough to be corrected, wise enough to pause, tender enough to care, strong enough to speak when silence would be easier. This is not easy work. Sometimes the mouth moves faster than the heart. Sometimes anger reaches the tongue before wisdom reaches the moment. Sometimes all pain speaks through us before love can stop it. And when that happens, we must be humble enough to repair. I should not have said it that way. I was wrong. I spoke from frustration. Let me try again. I am sorry. These words too carry light. An apology can be a doorway. A sincere apology can soften what pride hardened. A sincere apology can teach children what humility looks like. A sincere apology can remind a family that love matters more than ego. A sincere apology can return dignity to a conversation. But apologies must be real. Not, I'm sorry you feel that way. Not, I'm sorry but. Not words designed to escape responsibility. A true apology does not hide. A true apology says, I see the wound my words caused and I want to do better. That is sacred speech. That is the flame at work in the tongue. And imagine what would happen if more homes practice that. Imagine if more parents bless their children more than they criticize them. Imagine if more marriages had gentle honesty instead of cold silence. Imagine if more workplaces had respect instead of humiliation. Imagine if more communities had courageous conversations instead of constant suspicion. Imagine if more online spaces were filled with people who remembered that there is a human behind on the other side of the screen. Imagine if we stopped using words like stones and started using them like seeds. Stones bruise, seeds grow. Stones are thrown and forgotten. Seeds are planted and become something. So before you speak this week, ask yourself, is this word a stone or a seed? Will this word bruise or will it build? Will this word help truth rise or will it only make pain louder? Will this word honor the flame in me and the flame in the person before me? We will not get this right every time. We are human. But we can become more awake. We can become slower to wound. We can become quicker to bless. We can become more willing to pause. We can become more honest in love. We can become people whose words make others feel less alone in the world. And that is a beautiful calling. Because in a world full of noise, a healing word is rare. In a world full of insult, a respectful word is powerful. In a world full of criticism, an encouraging word is revolutionary. In a world full of fear, a truthful word spoken with love can become light. So maybe this week, the invitation is simple. Speak one blessing you have been holding back. Apologize where your words caused pain. Encourage someone who has been trying quietly. Refuse to join a conversation that tears another person down. Correct with dignity. Disagree without hatred. Tell the truth without poison. Speak to yourself like someone worthy of grace. Let your words become part of the healing. Let your voice become a place where the flame can travel. Because the world does not only need better arguments, the world needs better speech. Speech with soul. Speech with mercy. Speech with courage. Speech with responsibility. Speech that protects human dignity. Speech that does not deny pain but also does not worship it. Speech that tells the truth and still leaves room with hope. My friends, words can carry darkness, but words can also carry light. May ours carry light. May our words bring peace where there has been tension. May our words bring courage where there has been fear. May our words bring healing where there has been shame. May our words bring clarity where there has been confusion. May our words bring dignity where there has been disrespect. May our words bring love where the heart has grown tired. And when anger rises, may wisdom pause us. When pride rises, may humility soften us. When fear rises, may truth steady us. When silence would protect harm, may courage gives us voice. When despair speaks loudly, may the flame speak louder. May we become people who do not waste the sacred power of speech. May we become people whose words are not empty noise but living sparks, sparks of kindness, sparks of truth, sparks of mercy, sparks of courage, sparks of hope. And wherever we go this week, may someone hear something from us that helps them keep going. One sentence can be a flame. One blessing can be a shelter. One apology can be a beginning. One honest word can open the door to healing. So let us speak with care. Let us speak with courage. Let us speak with love. Let us speak as people who know that every human being before us is a sacred ground. And may the one flame guide our tongues, guard our hearts, and turn our words into light. Amen.